Kibra is one of the most well-known and densely populated areas in Africa. It's often painted as a place of endless misery where residents have little hope to live by. It's also depicted as a hopeless place where there are little to no opportunities for growth or change. While some of these stereotypical narratives may reflect some of the common real-life challenges faced by the community, they often overlook the complexity, resilience, and diversity of life within Kibra. I've been in contact with Jeremiah Onyango, a documentary photographer who's challenging the norms, also documents and captures the often disregarded human stories, as well as giving marginalized communities a voice. My name is Brenda Nyambura. Please stick around to see how his work is used as a tool of empowerment.
My name is Jeremiah Onyango. I am a documentary photographer and in a way also a social justice artist born and raised in Kibra. For the past 5.5 years, I've been intentionally trying to tell the stories of my community in a way that I see and in a very respectful way that I can present to more people from Kenya and hopefully all over the world. You get to read things, you get to see news articles online, and what is mostly written about my community is not what I see when I wake up. So then that forced me to pick up a camera, to pick up a pen and paper, to continuously just tell the stories of the people that I see each and every time when I wake up. I think mostly Kibra has always been characterized by the eyes of the people who don't live here. Like once you walk into the community, you get to see another totally different perspective. I think we've been working with you guys and you've kind of felt that yes, people are living in some sort of lack, and I put that in quotes, and I believe that is happening all over the world in more places, even worse than Kibra. But the idea of contentment is also different. Like we do understand that there isn't enough resources and in a way we are disadvantaged when we walk out of this place. But I believe, including me as a resident of Kibra, there's times where I have found myself to be content with what I had.
A significant portion of the population depends on informal employment, often lacking job security and stable income. Nevertheless, many individuals leverage their entrepreneurial skills and community networks to earn a livelihood and support their families. Just when you think things cannot get interesting here in Kibra, I am right now at a workshop where they make bowls and turn them into key holders. We have salt shakers, we have different jewelry, and this is one of the activities happening in this neighborhood. So you see, like these stereotypical narratives that usually go around, I'd advocate for you to come here to Kibra and see for yourself what the people are doing to make an honest living before you come out and start talking negatively.
Jina ni Charles Owego. Sisi ni wakaji wa hii mtaa wa Kibera. Tunafanya kazi hapa, kazi ya mafupa. Tunatengeneza vitu aina yote ya mafupa, like key necklaces, bracelet earrings, salt shakers and bottle openers. Sisi hatutegemei msaada ya nje. Sisi unaona vile tumejituma, tuko hapa kufanya kazi. So hii kazi yetu ikipendeza watu, hao wenyewe wanakuja kununua. Hiyo ndio njia yetu ya kupata pesa. Yeah. Hatuombi, hatutahitaji msaada wowote. Hizi vitu ndio inaleta pesa.
Kibra, like many informal settlements around the world, is often subject to a variety of stereotypes that can shape perceptions of the area and its residents.
I live in Kibra. I've been born and raised in Kibra, so whenever I am going to take someone's photo, there is that level of trust that, okay, I have seen you around. What I've been able to do is, I think, having to understand where they're coming from and being able to, again, be very honest with what I am doing, and to be able to empathize their story in a way that if they stumbled upon it, that Jeremy has reported this, they'll feel like this is the actual representation of them. The community has been the biggest collaborators to what I do, because we get to build the stories with them and not for them. And again, still, I'll go back to saying that the camera is now a friendly tool for us, because hands down, Kibra is amongst one of the most photographed places in Nairobi or even Africa worldwide, one of the most researched places. And the question has always been, where do you take these photographs? So whenever you are working with a camera, you will get someone telling you, unapiga picha zetu ndo ende uzie wazungu. Like, there's that reality of it. And I don't walk in with my camera to try and challenge that. I walk in with my camera to try and say that we can have autonomy over our own voices.
My name is Clinton Artisto. I'm a visual artist from Kibera, Nairobi, Kenya. Currently, I'm a full-time artist and a part-time art teacher. For me, I think Kibera is very secure. Only that whatever we see online is not whatever is happening on the ground. So let's say when a politician is visiting Kibera, then that's when there is some goons who pass around to interfere with the businesses and all kind of stuff. But after they have gone, the norm just continues. One of the challenges is about the education and about employment. So that's why I came up with Rafiki Art Space. So Rafiki Art Space is a mentorship program where I'm taking in kids and teaching them how to paint so that they can sustain themselves in the near future.
Poverty-focused narratives by the media heavily contributes to the negative perception, often neglecting the efforts of local communities and NGOs to improve the area. The water pipes are visible from the streets, a clear indication that residents can now access clean water for domestic use and cleaning, improving overall quality of life. This is a great example of how some of the local organizations here in Kibra are tackling issues like water insecurity. By capturing such milestones, Jeremy continues to positively influence the perceptions of Kibra.
When you work with a camera, the people expect some sort of an incentive. So for me is, how do I always manage the expectations of these people? Because every person with a camera works for a news outlet. Every news tells a story that is gonna get like crazy viewership and there should be change. So sometimes the main challenge is that, how do I manage expectations of these people that I photograph? That is, again, just being true, telling them I'm doing this thing because I'm a part of this community and we are all facing this challenge of us being misunderstood, us being misrepresented. And yes, I've been into places where I always felt like I needed to hold back. I cannot comfortably walk in and say that I come from Kibra, and it's because that is something I have been carrying all my life, because I felt like my community in a way described the kind of person I am. And in turn, there's people who are sitting on the other side of the table who are not willing to receive me as the actual representation of the community. I think I have been able to navigate through that by understanding that my lived experiences really do matter in any room that I walk to. It doesn't matter if I have come from Kibra, I have come from any other part of Kenya. If I have very practical and tangible backings of my lived experiences, then I deserve everyone that sits inside that room to listen to me. Whenever I feel like it's mentally draining, I try to reach out to friends. I picked up therapy. I go outside the community so that at least I can experience the slowness and stillness of life elsewhere, and to be able to actually just reflect on the impact of the kind of work that I do. But really taking a break, talking out, and just being honest with myself again. Really an honor to be able to share a vision of trying to have more people visit Kibra, trying to have more people just understand that if we don't check our privilege, we might be part of the perceptions, part of the stereotypes that we are trying to fight. So it's important that you as a person, me as a person, always take a moment to just check where we are as a human being in the first place, and what kind of change you're trying to enact within our immediate environment.
Last year I went to Kiamaiko, one of the places deemed as the most dangerous neighborhoods in Nairobi, and what I uncovered were stories of hustle and hope. So what am I saying? It's time for us to stop using pictures, languages, videos that dehumanize, dramatize, and reduce these people to their hardships. The last time I did a story in Kibra was 2 years ago, reporting the inferno that had affected traders at Toy Market, the second largest second-hand market in Nairobi. I am so glad to be back and do a positive story. I'm happy to have connected with a fellow change maker who's using his photography talents to raise awareness, empower his community, and reshape the conversation about Kibra. My name is Brenda Nyambura. Many thanks for watching.